Right. That's really kind of weird that I have to put my audio through the monitor to get this game sound to work. Man, I wish I was good at computers, but anyway, let that be the disclosure for the wonky ass sound you're gonna be hearing for the rest of this video. Ladies and gentlemen of the humble internet, I welcome you. My name is Ryan, aka The Ryman, and some of you guys have expressed a little bit of interest in me going through wacky zany adventures in HellSign, what is essentially what some people in my circle would consider a Ryman simulator. It doesn't help the fact that this guy is walking around with a bomb-ass hat. So, yeah, be that as it will. So, I said before that before we got into the nitty-gritty of the everyday lives of me going through this shit, I would at least finish off the main tutorial shit that went over a lot of the nitty-gritty aspects of things. And yeah, if Kina is going to realize that I went with a stalker, I decided to go with a slightly different build, just for the sake of not going through the tutorial monsters again with a nail gun. I thought I'd have something with a little bit more punch. What the fuck was I doing? Oh yeah, finishing off the rest of this tutorial so that we can just go straight over to whatever. Take on reputation. Okay, right. That's all this. Active. No ongoing. So we go to the bar. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, all right. All right. All right. Little context beforehand about Banjo. I didn't show you guys this part. Basically, the fuck? Basically, he had us go pick up some weird puzzle box. Real Hellraiser shit. We don't know what the deal with it is. That don't matter right now. Don't mind the Pokemon Go noises while I just check something. Alright, cool. So, something to know about Banjo. I don't really know his deal. All I know is that he's apparently got a date with two hot twin ladies who are into some real kinky shit. So Banjo here is apparently the Mark of this universe. Mark would totally rock that hairstyle too. He doesn't have a scar, but he could probably rock one of those too. Anyway, let's continue on. Fixer here, if you're going through this part of the tutorial, you can read and get as in-depth with this as you like. He's setting us up with our little tutorial mission. Plot job. The plot of the plot job is the Fixer is telling us to go clear out this house of some nasty critters that decided to nest inside of it. So it's kind of like a low-level sweeper mission. And when I think about it, the actual official sweeper missions in this game are not real easy. Which I think is a shame. I think if the developer or developers of this game are for whatever reason on this desolate part of the internet looking at my videos, one of my suggestions would be that we could have scouting missions and even like hell, hunter missions with lower difficulties, obviously way lower rewards. Way lower rewards. But a chance to give players a chance, just do it. Like a low-level sweeper mission would be dealing with a bunch of simple spiders or centipedes and shit like that. And I guess you could introduce some... What the fuck? Who's popping up now? I don't want one of you. Turn this game off. No, not you. Oh, equip my gun. Oh, there it is. My primary. I'm so used to having to pressing 2. I got a nail gun because they cost absolutely nothing. And part of this tutorial involves wasting a shot. So I didn't want to... I'm not sticking with this profile, but I didn't want to waste one of these beautiful babies. I have not had a chance to fuck around with the shotgun yet. Alright, dodge is your best friend. Where is the house? There it is. Already a spider wider, huh? Come on, little fucker. Oh! Oh, I have to invest in shotguns. Oh, and this is supposed to be the shitty one. That's awesome. I feel powerful. I feel strong. Most of this shit is blocked off. Holy hell. But yeah, the sooner we get through this tutorial so you guys have some basic understanding. Oh! Oh, that did not happen to me first time. Oh, that did not happen to me first time. That's not a glitch, that is a feature. Random ass fucking spooky shit will happen, and that is one of them. That freaked me the fuck out the first time it happened to me because I didn't know if my game was actually breaking or not, and that's the scariest thing of all. I lost my train of thought. Oh wait, yeah, yeah, the sooner I actually get through the tutorial stuff so I don't have to explain, because it's better... Because it's better for you guys to actually see, rather than... Yeah, I wonder if there's a better way to kill them. Yes, there is. Do I have to go back to my... Oh, this. The clue will basically tell you that you gotta kill these things with fire. I mean, you don't have to kill them with fire, it's just a hell of a lot easier. Unless you have a fucking bomb-ass gun. In that case, woohoo, save your traps. Where is this fucking clue? The life of a hunter is not all fast-paced action, folks. A lot of it is just investigating, researching, homework. Oh, that wasn't a clue. That was whatever spirits are in this house walking right past me. Oh, there it is. It's the lamp. Gotta get closer. There we go. So with this, we now know these spiders are weak against fire because they're covered in fur. Find a useful trap, eh? Go to the van and let's get our shit. So, if you advance your character past... I thought I saw something. You advance your character past the use of a nail gun. The nail gun is actually still useful for triggering traps, as well as busting open locked doors, so that you're not wasting your good shit. I mean, in my current character, I'm packing a revolver, and I don't mind shooting it open still and using it on other things, because honestly, the ammo for it is cheap, and I'm still able to get the job done. Obviously, don't need the guillotine. Don't want to leave that. I'll see if I can show off the actual trap itself, too. Go away, ghost. I'm not into your shit. No, I'm not into that kink. Always be kind of strategic with your traps. It all depends on the monsters you're going to be facing. And so, right off the bat, one of the tips I'll give to aspiring hunters out there: use whatever investigation tools you have to comb the outside of the building first. And I don't want to waste one of my traps, so I'm going to plant this out here. And this is how this particular trap is activated. You just shoot it. Yeah, always comb the outside of the building first with whatever tools you have available, because you might get lucky and find a clue outside, and they'll usually give you a heads up on what you're going to be facing inside, which is always very nice. No, not the shotgun. I'll show you guys how well these fuckers burn. Ah, perfect opportunity. See, if you're strapped for cash and ammo, don't waste your good shit. Pull out a nail gun if you have one available. So always have a nail gun in your van with the ammo, because then you can just head back outside, swap out a secondary for this, and don't immediately rush in. Most of the time, the enemies are triggered when you walk through the doorway like that. And that is how that is done. So the game gives you a little bit of leeway of heading back to your vehicle and getting the appropriate equipment. God, I can't wait to get into normal adventures. I haven't been playing this game for that long, but I already have like some really good stories on shit that's happened. Come on. Oh, it's being finicky. There we go. Any more spiders around? I'm not worried about burning the fuckers if this thing has a potential of one-shotting them. We're running out of doors, which means we're nearing the end of this adventure. What could possibly go wrong? Usually that's the universe's cue. Alright. Oh, whatever ghost is filling around here is not particularly happy that we're here. There should be another door over here I can kick open. No? Am I thinking of the one up here? I think this goes outside. No, this doesn't. This... Ooh! Almost had it in the trap. Always gotta be ready with that dodge. Right, this should be the last door now. What could possibly go wrong? Oh wait, we gotta fucking do this. I almost forgot. Completely forgot. Is this the last door? No, I'm actually missing a door. Oh, one of the rooms must have a bedroom I didn't look at. God damn it. What's a good story to tell people? Just right off the bat. Oh yeah! I was in the middle of a house clearing. Basically one of these types of missions, only they weren't small, cute, cuddly things. They weren't all monster girls looking to find a happy ending, you know what I mean? Oh shit. Yep. So according to the game, sometimes shit like this happens. Not even joking. Not even joking. What's happening? Oh my god, did my game crash? Was I not meant to kick their ass? Oh, sweet Mamba Jamba! I've never actually lasted that long. Right, so this was actually the part that I wanted to show you, deaths. When you die, you lose as you can see, 66.6, very cute by the way, developers, % of everything that you gained during that mission. Every bounty, even items. So, don't fucking die. And that being said, every time I was at the van, you might have noticed the option to leave the job. Never be ashamed of dip skiing, the lip skiing, and getting the fuck out of Dodge. You will be if you're low on health, you're low on ammo, or you got a bad feeling about something. Yeah, especially if you have a bad feeling about something, or if you're up against something that you're not prepared for and no way of dealing with it, or even if you're strapped armed to the teeth and encounter certain things, get the fuck out of Dodge, because it's not worth the aggravation of losing your hard-earned money. Holy shit, he lives! Yeah, so he's going to be talking about how he somehow stumbled himself. Yeah, how he somehow stumbled his way into the fucking thing. He's going to talk about how you have a HellSign, that weird tattoo on your back. Yes, I'm brazing through this game. This dialogue. Yeah, you can pause if you really want to read it, but I kind of encourage folks to get this game. It's only $15. American currency, it's only $15. Oh, you... Cool. So the reputation unlocks other missions that you can do. Yep, you now unlock scouting jobs. So this more or less now basically opens up the job. You go to her, you start doing your other plotline missions, and you are now in the world of hunting. And with the tutorial stuff out of the way, I'm actually more or less free to do my normal shit. So yeah, you guys are up, like I said, you're up to speed on the basic premise of the game. You have a HellSign on you. You have to figure out how it got there, who you are exactly, because your character has amnesia. Put the pieces of the puzzle together to figure out what the hell is going on in this town. And other than that, just fucking have a ball. Be the hunter you always dreamed yourself of being. Oh yeah, before I actually end this video, to continue on the series in a sense, I was going to tell you guys that one story before I got sidetracked. So, I was on a sweeping mission. I was already encountering some nasties, but I was handling myself pretty well. And let's see. Probably better if I actually showed you guys the book. Your little Necronomicon thing. So on this side here are the bosses in hunting missions. Banshee, Kelpies, and Shadows. Shadows I've not really seen one of those yet. They're essentially giant fuck-off ghost spiders. Yeah. Aaron, if you're watching this, and you know which Aaron I'm talking about, wrap that one around your head for a while. But these are more or less the monsters you're going to be dealing with. And I'll get to that story real quick, but I need to segue into it. So, I should have all the pages I need for all the monsters in this game. Monsters, more like fucking sub-bosses, half of them. Albino spiders, those are the things you saw me shooting up and burning up. They're not too bad, but sometimes, a lot of times, they like to come at you in packs. And I'm not going to sit here and read them all word for word. You can do that when you pause the video, or play the game yourself. They're interesting reads, all of them, actually. But we're in Australia, so the giant bugs, I don't think are supernatural. I think Australia just has these pest problems anyway, but jokes aside. These guys aren't so bad. If you don't have adequate weaponry, just use firebombs, incendiary attacks, meat baits. I don't have the shit unlocked yet to throw items yet, but I'll get there. These giant centipede things, to my knowledge, there's always just one when they spawn, but they're tanky as fuck. I wouldn't recommend trying to fight it with a fucking nail gun unless you're badass, but hey, if I somehow got through it. Yeah, guillotine traps, if you have that set up, that always works. Guillotine traps are pretty powerful. Red hatch spiderlings, there's way smaller spiders, but there's always a fuck ton of them. The blood crawlers, yeah, they're thinking of them as immature centerpiece and shit like that. They will always spawn in groups. They're annoying, but fortunately they're a lot weaker. Oh, the ghoul. Now, I hope there are other undead monsters added into this game, but the ghoul? Fuck the ghoul. If you go the drifter route like I do, if you encounter a ghoul, your mission's fucking done. Get the fuck out. Bear traps are essential. They will pin the fucker for a couple of seconds, but you better unload on them. Normally they'll spawn as one, but the higher difficulties, they will spawn in groups. They're not fun, they're fast, they're agile, they'll cling to the goddamn wall and hide behind shit. Now the corpse parasite, these things will sprout out of any dead body you see on the ground. Any dead body you see walking around a building is either some homeless guy that got unlucky, some urban explorer that decided to be a dumbass and explore where they shouldn't have, nosy people who decided to be dumbasses, or worse yet, fallen hunters. These things will sprout out of them. Don't let the picture fool you. Yeah, there are times when only one will sprout out, but I've seen one, like, I've seen what looked like a fucked up flower emerge from someone. Shoot them, but shoot them behind cover, because they throw, like, giant-ass spikes as projectiles. If you encounter one outside, I hope your dodge skill is up to par, but you can cheese it a little bit and shoot at them when they're on the edge of the screen. So that kind of means their sight isn't that good. Maybe because they probably don't have sight. Do you see eyes on this fucking thing? Oh, this one I'll get to. Shadow beasts were those things that you saw. I don't really know how you're supposed to see them, but I've got a special story. Oh, these things! If you've seen enough hentai, then you know this is coming. These things spawn outside of the building, and they always spawn in groups. Unless you have some heavy weaponry or explosives, either get inside real quick or just get the fuck out of Dodge. Remember, there's no shame in leaving the job site early. One of these things I fought already. Fuck these things. It was tanky as shit, and I was shooting at it with a not shit revolver. And when they die, they spawn about a dozen of these things. Essentially, fuck these things. Oh, speaking of fuck these things, this thing, it's called a cursed painting, but it's basically a painting mimic. Yeah, they're door mimics. Haven't encountered one of those yet. Don't want to, necessarily. And crossing the heart, knocking on wood, praying to whatever lords above there are that they don't decide to be cruel to developers and add in more mimic types. Because like I said, the cursed painting is essentially a mimic. It's exactly what you think. You stroll a little bit too close, and suddenly you're being fucking killed. My first encounter with this thing, I was walking through what appeared to be a cleared room. And then, out of the corner of my eye, all I saw was this sprouting black spaghetti monster thing, and half my health was gone. Now, Nephilims. Have not encountered a Nephilim yet. But as you can possibly tell from reading this passage, and I don't have to reread this passage, apparently everyone and their grandmother says that when you encounter a Nephilim, good news. If you didn't like that job, if you wanted to get out early or whatever, congratulations, because you encounter a Nephilim, your job is done. So there was this one job where I was scouting out the outside of the house, found a clue, and it was pointing signs towards a Nephilim being in there.
So me, being the dumbass young enthusiast that I am, said, you know what? I know they say just don't fuck with them and get out, but I kind of want to see one anyway, just to know what the deal is. So I went troping around the dark, and it's going all right. And I was dealing with I dealt with the ghouls, I dealt with the corpse parasite, and I entered in the lobby. And I went through the living room, and the TV turned on. So, here's my advice to all the aspiring hunters. If you're going through the house, and the TV turns on, and it's static, congratulations, because the mission's done. Get the fuck out of the house. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I lived, I don't know how I lived, but I lived because I got the fuck out of the house. I'm not kidding, I'm not going to tell you. If it happens again during one of my many adventures, then great, but for now, no. There are a lot of things in this game that end your missions early. For instance, if you're going through an active poltergeist haunting and a little red warning symbol pops up on one of the corners of your screen, get the fuck out of the house. This game is awesome. This game is so cool. So many bad things can fucking happen, and I love it. And we will go through some of that shit together next time. If you guys are digging this and truly want to see my random escapades in this, give that video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ding that bell of notifications so you know when this shit goes on. Hop on board the Facebook and the Discord. And guys, seriously, if you have the extra cash, pick up a copy for yourself. That way we can all share random horrific experiences that happen to us in this game. Until the next time, I want you guys to stay awesome out there. Adios.